Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video is about the full history of the aircraft. In order to make this video more interesting, and not just be reading the Wikipedia article, I split the story into chapters that are represented by these time codes in the description below. So if you want to hear about a specific part of the story, just jump to that time code. And before we begin, I ask you for a like and subscribe because it will help me very much. Thank you. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Origins. The Mikoyan MiG-29 is a highly capable multi-role twin-engine jet fighter with an emphasis on air superiority. Originally developed by the Soviet Union, its development was spurred by the perceived need for a smaller, lighter, and cheaper alternative to the heavy and costly Su-27. Design work on what would become the MiG-29 began in 1976 at the Mikoyan Design Bureau. It was required to have greater maneuverability than the F-16 and the competing Su-27 while being lighter and less expensive to build. On December 6, 1977, the prototype first flew, and after 3,000 hours of flight testing, the MiG-29 was accepted into service on October 1983. The first operational squadron became operational in 1984 and was deployed to the Far East to counter the American F-16s in case of war. Chapter 2. Description. The MiG-29 is a canard delta wing fighter with an emphasis on maneuverability and all-aspect stealth characteristics. These features were achieved with a low-set tail, small radar cross-section, and high aspect ratio wings with leading-edge extensions. At the time of its introduction, the MiG-29 was considered to be the most maneuverable fighter in the world. Later variants, such as the MiG-29K, also feature thrust vectoring engines, which enable greater aerobatic performance. The aircraft has a typical arrangement for the system's layout with the cockpit in the middle, and the two engines slung beneath the rear fuselage. It has a glass cockpit with three large multifunction displays, an integrated fire control, and a head-up display. The MiG-29 uses a fly-by-wire control system and has 4 control surfaces on each wing, plus a pair of all-moving tailplanes that assist with maneuvering. The MiG-29 is armed with an onboard radar-guided gun and can carry a variety of air-to-air and air-to-surface missiles. Underwing hardpoints can also carry bombs, rockets, pods, or additional fuel tanks. The original version was powered by 2 Klimov VD7 engine, but later versions, including the MiG-29K, used the more powerful Saturn AL-41 afterburning turbofan engines. These engines, along with the thrust vectoring capability of the MiG-29K, variant allows for super maneuverable flight characteristics. Chapter 3. Variants. There are numerous versions of the MiG-29 with different designations, often referring to minor differences in equipment and avionics. The standard version used by most former Warsaw Pact nations is the MiG-29B, which differs from the original series only by having an improved radar, larger intakes, and a new designation. In the 1990s, several thousand MiG-29s were upgraded with the 909B or 909K designation depending on the specific improvements. This upgrade package included the addition of a forward-looking infrared navigation and targeting pod, electronic countermeasures, and a data link for improved air-to-ground capabilities. Another notable variant is the MiG-29K, which is designed for carrier-based operations. This variant has folding wingtips, a strengthened undercarriage, and a redesigned cockpit canopy. It also has more powerful engines and thrust vector control, which makes it the most maneuverable fixed-wing aircraft in the Russian arsenal. The MiG-29 Cub is the dual-seat trainer version of the MiG-29K. There's also a naval version, known as the MiG-29K, which differs from the standard K variant by having an onboard fire control radar and an infrared search and track capability. In addition to these main variants, there are various other designations referring to different configurations and equipment packages, such as the MiG-29MNN, which are export versions of the aircraft. The MiG-29 SMT is a modern upgrade package that includes new avionics, cockpits, engines, and weapons. The package also includes an optional upgrade called the Diamond of the 4th generation, which includes a new active electronically scanned array radar. Some MiG-29s have been upgraded with the ability to carry and launch the HIME missile, an advanced medium-range air-to-air missile with active radar homing. Chapter 4. Service History. The MiG-29 first entered service in 1983 and saw extensive combat during the dissolution of the Soviet Union. The Type 95 variant was used by Russian and Ukrainian forces during the Five-Day War. In August 1992, MiG-29s from both sides were damaged and destroyed. During air-to-air and air-to-air combat operations, one of the most notable engagements of the conflict involved two MiG-29s from Ukraine, S-204th Fighter Aviation Regiment, flying over the Kerch Bridge when they were attacked by two Su-27s from Russia S-144th Fighter Aviation Regiment. Both Ukrainian MiG-29s were damaged and forced to land behind enemy lines. During the war, a total of 6 MiG-29s were lost, 2 on the Russian side and 4 on the Ukrainian side. Despite the losses, the MiG-29 proved to be a highly capable fighter and was credited with shooting down several enemy aircraft. After the war, the MiG-29 continued to see service in various conflicts around the world, including the war in Afghanistan and the Syrian Civil War. During the Syrian Civil War, Russian MiG-29s were used to support Syrian government forces against rebel and terrorist groups. They were primarily used for air-to-ground missions, utilizing precision-guided bombs to minimize civilian casualties. In addition to their combat operations, the MiG-29s also conducted air superiority missions to ensure the safety of Syrian airspace, despite the ongoing conflicts. The MiG-29 continues to be a mainstay of the Russian Air Force and is expected to remain in service for many years to come. The aircraft has undergone several upgrades in recent years to improve its capabilities and extend its service life. These upgrades include new engines, avionics, and weapons. The MiG-29 is also being modernized as part of the Russian Perspective multifunctional frontline fighter program, which aims to create a sixth-generation fighter based on the MiG-29 platform. Chapter 5: Combat Performance. The MiG-29 has been involved in several combat operations, most notably during the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1992. In this conflict, it was pitted against the Su-27, another Soviet-era fighter. The MiG-29's smaller size and agility gave it an advantage in close-quarters dogfights, while the Su-27's greater speed and range allowed it to dictate the terms of engagement. Ultimately, the MiG-29's maneuverability and lower cost of operation made it a more desirable platform, leading to it being selected as the primary fighter for most Warsaw Pact nations. Since then, the MiG-29 has also seen combat in the war in Afghanistan and the Syrian Civil War. In these conflicts, the MiG-29 has proven to be a versatile platform capable of air superiority, air-to-ground support, and reconnaissance missions. While there have been reports of the MiG-29's use in other conflicts, such as in Chechnya, Libya, and Ukraine, there is limited information available on its performance in these theaters of war. Overall, the MiG-29 has a mixed combat record with some victories and losses. Its performance in combat has highlighted its strengths and weaknesses as a fighter aircraft and has led to several upgrades and modifications throughout its service life. Chapter 6: MiG-29 in Popular Culture. The MiG-29 has appeared in numerous films and television shows, often depicted as a formidable and futuristic fighter jet. Some notable appearances include the James Bond film License to Kill, where the MiG-29 is used by the villain to escape from Mexican authorities. The 1990s TV show Babylon 5, which featured a fictionalized version of the MiG-29. As the main fighter for the Earth Alliance Navy, the MiG-29 is also featured prominently in the video game Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown, where players can fly a MiG-29 in various dogfight scenarios. The aircraft is also featured in the game War Thunder, where it is available as a top-tier fighter for both the Soviet and Russian teams. Overall, the MiG-29's sleek design and reputation as a highly capable fighter have made it a popular choice for filmmakers and game developers alike. Chapter 7: Future. Despite its age, the MiG-29 continues to be a mainstay of the Russian Air Force and is expected to remain in service for many years to come. In fact, the MiG-29 is currently undergoing a major upgrade as part of the Russian Perspective multifunctional frontline fighter program. This program aims to create a sixth-generation fighter based on the MiG-29 platform. The upgraded aircraft, known as the MiG-29M2, will feature new engines, avionics, and weapons, as well as improved stealth characteristics and increased range. In addition to its use in Russia, the MiG-29 is also in service in several other countries, including India, where it is known as the MiG-29K. India has operated a squadron of these aircraft since 2011. The MiG-29K is a carrier-capable version of the fighter and is designed for use on aircraft carriers. The Indian Navy's Admiral of the Fleet, Admiral Vishnu Bhogath Singh, said that the MiG-29K has lived up to expectations and is a formidable weapon in the Navy's arsenal. He also praised the aircraft's performance in hot and high conditions, which is particularly relevant to India's mountainous terrain. With its combination of maneuverability, firepower, and range, the MiG-29K is a formidable fighter that is sure to remain a key component of the Indian Navy's air wing for years to come. That's all I wanted to tell you today about the full history of the mighty MiG-29. See you soon.